Report reaching the Launch Club indicates that there has been 51% increase in the arrest of immigrants in the UK. This arrest has spread all over the UK from Belfast to Surrey and the West Midland. No part of the United Kingdom is excluded from this mass raid that is currently going on. Good afternoon. Frank is my name. For those seeing my face for the first time, we share content on this channel to inform and educate our audience. I am not sharing this story to scare anyone. I am only sharing this story to inform and educate so that you can use this update to make your plan. If you see any value in this afternoon content, kindly support this channel by hitting the like button. As you can see on the screen here, most of the newspapers in the United Kingdom, they have been reporting that the Labour government is carrying out mass raid across the United Kingdom. And a lot of people are being detained and sent back to their home country. Let me know what your views are if you know anyone who has been affected. Sadly, I regret to inform you that someone contacted me 2 days ago. It was a woman that contacted me and she said, "Is that the Launch Club?" I picked the phone. I said, "Yes." He said, "Please, I need your help." "What is the problem?" And then she was crying. She told me she's pregnant, expecting their second baby. She and her husband, they came to the United Kingdom, and the company that brought them to the UK, they have recently lost their license, and therefore the woman was given 60 days for the man to look for a job. The man has been looking for a job, no way to get a job, only for the man to be contacted. Someone in the church decided to say, "You know what, let me help this man," because they understand this man's situation, and they decide to say, "We want to help this man." The pictures you're seeing here is the pictures of the raids that have been carried out across the United Kingdom since the last couple of weeks. The woman said that this person decided that they want to help the husband. The person that wants to help the husband has a care company. He told the man that, "Look, I can give you a job, but I will not be able to give you a sponsorship, but I will give you a job. I'll give you as many hours as possible." This person said they wanted to help these people because they've been given 60 days to leave the United Kingdom, and they were working. What they didn't know is that they're working for this person only for the person to be offices to be raided. When they were raided, this person is now being fined by the Home Office. Been fined 68,000 for employing without due check, because he employed this person. This person is supposed to be doing 20 hours for another agency, but he employed this person. This person was doing more than 60 hours. They agreed to do more than 60 hours, and now this person has been detained. I have the story of another person who was arrested in a restaurant where he was working in London, and the one that was arrested in a restaurant in London, as we speak now, he's being detained because he came to the United Kingdom on a 6-month visa. These pictures that you're seeing here, it's the raids that have been carried out across the United Kingdom. People have been detained. Nail salons, barbing salons have been raided. Restaurants have been raided. Even construction sites have been raided. And why is all this happening? Well, I will dive into that. I want to quote the Minister for Migration and Border, Dame Angela Eagle. She said, and I quote, "For too long, employers have been exploiting migrants, with people allowed to arrive and work here illegally. This will no longer be tolerated on our watch." That is why we are ramping up our enforcement activities and introducing tougher laws to finally get a grip of our migration and asylum system. This is what they're saying. Ed Montgomery, Director of Enforcement and Compliance, Crime for Migration Enforcement, stated, and I quote, Our work to tackle illegal working is vital in not only bringing the guilty to account, but also in protecting vulnerable people from exploitation. I am incredibly proud of our enforcement team across the country for their hard work, skill, and cooperation on this often challenging but highly important operation. My question I'm asking is whether you know anyone who has been raided. 9,000 raids have been carried out across the United Kingdom in the last few months. There is mass detention. Even the government said they are proud of a 51% increase in the numbers of immigrants who have been arrested in the United Kingdom. Let me know what your views are as we dive into some of the underlying reasons for what is currently happening in the United Kingdom. And don't forget to share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. The picture you're seeing here is another newspaper report which reported that as you can see here, this is the raid that was carried out. The raid that was carried out recently, stating that the government is saying it loud and clear that they are going to make it extremely hard for illegal immigrants to be able to work in the United Kingdom, and they are going to make sure that any company that is caught employing people without doing due check, they've increased the fine. In the case of this person who wanted to help this guy, despite the fact that this person came to the United Kingdom on a carer's visa, which has been revoked, and this person employed them in the care sector, because he's giving this person more than 20 hours, and this person is not accounted for, this person has been fined. And the other guy who has been arrested, who is currently being detained in Heathrow, the guy was working in a restaurant when he was apprehended. The saddest part of it is that this person who was arrested, who has a care visa, his wife, the wife is expecting a baby. The wife is expecting a baby. She's left with a child who is over 2 years old, and now she doesn't even have money. She cannot claim any benefit in the United Kingdom because she has no recourse to public fund on her visa. It's the family, as we are speaking now, the woman doesn't even have any money to buy anything. Let me know what your views are in the comment section. As you can see here, the Home Office is carrying out mass raid of immigrants in the United Kingdom. Do you know anyone who has been arrested? People are being arrested.
A song lasts 3 minutes. Your website done even faster with AI.
In Surrey, people were arrested in Caravan Park in Surrey, as you can see here. Raids was carried out across the country, even in Belfast. Companies are now being fined between 60 to 80 something thousand once they are caught with any staff who doesn't have the right to work in the UK. A business was fined more than £180,000 in Westminster because they employ people without having the right to work in the United Kingdom. Do you think that this is fair? And what are some of the reasons that are driving this mass rate of immigrants in the United Kingdom? Well, some people have said that the rise of reform has made
labor. With Ionos, just type in a few keywords.
They're all panicking now. They're all panicking now in the United Kingdom. There is panic among the political establishment with the rise of reform. There are a lot of political parties now. They are trying to outbeat reform. They are trying to sound very tough. Another reason that is driving this rise is this year alone, the government is going to spend 2.2 billion, money that was actually budgeted for the foreign aid budget. The government is now spending this money on housing asylum seekers in the United Kingdom. This year alone, 2.2 billion is going to be spent from that budget. And a lot of people are saying that in the United Kingdom, that it is not fair for the government to be spending this a large amount of money housing asylum seekers, where a lot of British people are struggling, that this money should be used on British people rather than using it to house asylum seeker. And this is what the likes of Niger Farage, they are tapping on this fear to say, you know what, they are using your money to feed asylum seekers. Asylum seekers they are staying in a hotel when British people cannot get somewhere to stay. They are exploiting this narrative to put fear in the mind of a lot of British people, and this is what is driving this, because right now the Labour government is now trying to play catch up. They are trying to respond to give the British public the assurance or convey to them that they are actually trying to address this issue, that they are trying to address them. It's a competition between reform and Labour and the Conservative. Everybody wants to see that. They want to convey to the British public that, yes, we are tough on immigration. We understand your pain. We understand what is going on. We get a grip of this problem. And sadly, there are human beings here. Most of these asylum seekers, not most of these migrants, not asylum seekers, most of these migrants, these are people who came to the United Kingdom, who were given visas to come and work in the UK, mostly in the care sectors. And the companies that brought these people, most of these companies do not have their license anymore. So you have people who have been given 60 days to leave if they cannot find work. How is it possible for anyone to get a job? Not to talk of people that came to the United Kingdom who doesn't even have UK work experience, and you give them 60 days to say, if you cannot find a job, leave the country. And in the case of this guy who was arrested, he came to the country. The licenses of the employer was revoked. He was given 60 days, and this guy couldn't get a job. And somebody said, you know what, I will help you. Come and work, and that person is now in trouble. Let me know what your views are in the comment section as we are talking about the issue that has been widely reported in the United Kingdom as we speak, which is the mass deportation and crackdown of migrants across the country. Do you know anyone who has been affected? Do you think this is fair? Do you think this is fair? Some of these people, as I keep saying, they have sold everything they had to come to the United Kingdom in search of a better life, only for them to realize once they arrive in the United Kingdom that they were sold false hope. There is no job for them. The employers that brought them to the United Kingdom don't have license to recruit, and these people, they are in limbo. Don't forget to share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. As we speak right now, this is the latest report that we have. The government is carrying out mass raid. 9,000 raid have been carried out, and 51% increase in the numbers of people who have been arrested. Do you think that this is the best way to go? Let me know what your views are in the comment section. Some people are saying they're supporting the government, but some people are saying this is not fair. They are human beings, that we should approach this in a humane way. Let me know what your views are. Don't forget to share this video and like.